Hello everyone. Today we are here to learn about a new language. Most of you must be wondering whenever we see any web page, we wonder that how it is written and what goes into designing a web page. It's not any rocket science. It's very easy actually, and the language that is behind is a language that is known as HTML. And what is HTML? HTML is the language of the web, right? Today we will learn about the basic HTML and its attributes only for your class number 1. Okay. So let me just scroll through the screen. Whenever you are looking to the first page of the web, the first page is called your home page. So what is HTML? HTML is the language in which most websites are written. Okay. And it is used to create pages and to make them functional. What does this mean? This means that suppose you are seeing a home page, and in that home page it is written that suppose let us think that this is only your home page. Okay, so what is HTML? This thing we can also write in HTML tags, and 2 bulleted points we can make, and we can write this thing over here. This can also be done in this HTML tags. Okay, and it can also become our home page, the first page of your website. Okay, so what is the full form of HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. This is a markup language, and this markup language has certain elements to it. What are the elements? The elements mainly it consists of a start tag, and that start tag is called your opening tag also. Okay, and it has in between there is some content, and it always ends with an end tag or a closing tag. So 3 things are basically in your HTML page. First is your start tag, then after that it is your content, whatever you want to put in the middle of that, and end it is your end tag. And how these tags are written? Tags begin with less than sign. You know this mathematical sign, less than, and it ends with a greater than sign. For example, when we start, we may write, first we can write as HTML. We will start a tag, we will write HTML, and then we will end that tag. And one of such tags is your head tag. And how the start tag is written? Start, head, then end tag. And the end tag always it starts with a slash, as you can see here over the screen, right? And these elements, they have a start tag, end tag, and these are called as the container element, because within this something has to be written. Okay, that is, so these are the container element. So container is something that holds, but there is some exceptions. So I'll tell you about that exception. What is that? One of such exception is the empty elements. And empty elements are closed in the start tag itself. For example, your break, okay, br/, whenever put a line break, it doesn't need to have any kind of end tag. Okay, it can be, we can close it in the start itself, right? Now a normal structure of the HTML document. Basic tags we have discussed. Now see how the structure of a HTML document looks. For example, starting, we have to start it with HTML. Then there is a head tag. Then below that, it has to end. So we have put an end head tag also. In between, we have the title, end title. Then after that, we have body, and end state. Normally, this is the basic structure of a HTML page. Okay. And we have to fill inside this. So the structure you have seen, you can call it the schema you're seeing. And now let us put something inside it. This is your HTML. It is a HTML page. HTML. You have the head, then there is a title and end title. So here in between this, we'll write the page title. Then you have your end head. You have to end it. Then the body starts. And here H1 stands for the headings. Okay. We have to place the heading. Suppose you want to, this page is dedicated to HTML. So you can write first HTML. It is the language of the web. Then in H1, you can write that HTML attributes, and then in the paragraph we can discuss whatever we will learn about HTML. We can put that in the paragraph. Okay, and then we will end that body and end HTML. So this will create our first home page. Okay, so now I have entered it with the end HTML tag. So you can practice this, right? So now suppose the same code that you have seen, here something has been changed. So you have to observe it. What is that? Is whether this code is correct or not. So we have a HTML, we have a head, we have a body, title, and just below the title, your H1 is written and paragraph is there. Then we are ending the body, then ending the head and ending the, is this code correct? At a first glance, you might think yes, but no, it is not correct. Because what is wrong in this page? Here the title stuff, this has to be inside your head, not inside the body. That is why this is not correct. So like this, you can check your code carefully while writing. All HTML elements can have attributes. So basically this chapter is dedicated completely to your attributes. So we will learn a lot of attributes. So what are attributes? That are your properties. Property for an element is your attributes. Attributes give you additional information about elements. So suppose you're writing this paragraph, but what is the font color? What color we will choose? So again, that becomes your attribute. Okay. Attributes usually come in name value pairs. So you have to write something like font equal to this, font size equal to this, height equal to this, weight equal to this. So all this, it has to come in a name and a value pair. So attributes are always written in the start tag. Here one example is there. Font color is red. Welcome to my class. End font. So here we have given one attribute, font color, and we have placed the color red. Now welcome to my class will be displayed with red color. Then another attribute is the href attribute. So what is this? This starts with a tag, and this is used for hyperlink. Hyperlink means whenever you want to move to a outside web page, then in that case we will make use of your a attribute. Okay, and the a attribute specifies the URL of the page. The link goes to that page. For example, now suppose I will give a attribute and I'll write that go to Microsoft.com. That means that it will straight away take you to that outside URL, outside from your page. For example, it is given here. Suppose I'm writing here google.com and I'm giving it visitors, then this visitors will appear as a hyperlink and you can click on it and you can move to that page. Then is your source attribute. The image tag is used to embed an image in an HTML page. So after you have written some stuff, you know how to now write in a paragraph, and you have also given the heading and everything, and also you have placed a outside link to the URL. Now I want some images to be placed in my first home page. So what I will do, I will just write here image source equal to the file name of that image. So I'll write there, and then that image will be embedded in your page, home page, and you can see that. Suppose I want to paste the picture of my class, I'll image class and I will just place it over there. Now I want that, suppose that image is not available. Okay, due to some reason the image is not available. I want something, some writing or some text to come over it. So what I will do, I will just make use of alt attribute, and with this what will happen, if in case due to some reason your image is not displayed, at least the text will be displayed that over here some image was supposed to be, right? So with your image tag, from which source you're getting the file, and you can always have an alt text for it. Then comes the width and the height attributes. The image tag, or you have to specify the picture width, otherwise it will occupy your entire web page. So you don't want that. So you have to specify a certain height and width to it so that it will come in that place, in that order. Okay, this much weight and this much height I have to place so that it will come in that manner. After that, the style attribute. The style attribute is used to add styles to an element. For example, color, font, size, etc. So in order to always CSS styles, we make use of style and attribute, and this is very important because in order to give a perfect design to your web page, these attributes are highly necessary. If these are not present, then obviously your web page will not look good. So for example, the paragraph tag, it is used style, color is blue, whatever content you want that will be displayed in blue. So you have to give this attribute style and color, that is blue, red, green, whatever color you want to specify, you have to give it there. Then the lang attribute. The lang attribute, it is the short form for language. So it will tell you the language of the web page, whether it is English, US English, or whatever language you're using, that you can always specify using the lang attribute. Like here, document type, it is HTML. The language is EN, is English. US English also you can write. Then the body, this is a proper format for your HTML page. After that, you have the title attribute. The title attribute defines some extra information about that element. Suppose you want something extra, you want your audience to know something extra about your web page, you can always give that in your title page. Okay. All the about us thing that can be done over using this tag. So finally, what we learned in this class, this was our very first HTML class. So we learned about HTML attributes, and using these attributes we can design web page. And in the next class I will tell you how we can create a web page practically, and you can see that and you can learn more. There's also an online quiz for you. I will share that link shortly, and you can also take the online quiz. Okay. I hope you have learned something today about HTML. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.